chivalry is dead?
Yeah, but maybe I just haven't been around the right guys.
To quote the great Dave Chappelle, he says, chivalry is dead and women killed it. Certainly, I think social media, dating apps have played a big factor. But I think that when it comes to like who should pay on the first date, guys doing these sort of traditional things, like a lot of women seem to just blithely assume that traditional gender roles assigned to men are something that they're entitled to the benefits of by magical default, instead of it being something that that women have to help culture and nurture for it to be there for men. If you want traditional treatment, you ought to be a traditional woman. If you're not a traditional woman, you cannot expect traditional treatment from men.
Welcome to Male Reality Lessons, where topics are reviewed and discussed as iron sharpens iron. On Male Reality Lessons today, we're going to talk about traditional values. That being said, if you're going to select a woman in today's environment, you need to examine their character and also identify if they believe in the same values you do. Because if you don't, you will be making a tragic mistake that will impact you, unfortunately, in some cases, for a lifetime. I know many people talk about not marrying single moms, as well as stepping into situations where you can put yourself at risk by being a stepfather. But you don't have to believe me. I'm going to give you some clear-cut examples of why this is not a good choice to make.
I'm not signing them papers, man. That's not my daughter.
Don't throw this
I'm not paying child support. We get divorced, right?
Excuse
She's
me.
not my daughter biologically.
You signed these adoption papers, giving these child the same biological rights as the child who is your own.
Bro, I didn't sign the birth certificate. What adoption paper? Where I signed them at?
I got the papers.
Oh.
Right.
Okay, you got the papers. You ain't got no papers.
Somewhere.
Did he sign the birth certificate?
No, he didn't sign it.
I didn't sign the birth certificate. That's what I'm saying. That's not my daughter biologically. Her daddy in
But
jail.
she was there since she was born.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus?
Okay, what that mean?
You adopted her, though. I got the adoption papers somewhere.
Okay, but what that mean?
Somewhere.
I'm not paying child support.
We were married for 7 years.
Just pull out the birth certificate.
Okay, it don't really matter if we was married or not. It don't really matter. That's not my daughter.
Like,
I'm not about to pay child support. You move on, meet somebody else. They ain't taking care of you and your daughter. You getting double benefits. How did that sound?
Once you adopt this child, it becomes yours in the same.
But what I'm saying is, where the papers at?
I understand. Do you have the papers?
She don't know where the papers is even at.
in,
That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha, bitch.
She's so unorganized. That's why we getting divorced now. You're not organized.
First of all, you're the reason why my brain is fucked
whatever.
up.
But this your choice.
Let's pump the brakes.
This is your
We're gonna
choice.
take a break. We're gonna come back in like 15 minutes.
This is your choice.
Just 15 minutes. Can we talk about
15 minutes for what? I'm not signing that. It's not my
Where's the
kid.
papers? You're signing these papers. You've
I'm
been
not
in her
signing
life
nothing. No,
for
I'm not.
7+
I just told you I'm not
years.
signing this.
Since
Clearly, she's upset because this sucker is messing up her master plan to ride off in the sunset with a check and return back to the streets.
she's been born.
This paper, I'm not signing. I'm not signing that. You want this is her decision to get divorced. So why should I pay for her daughter that's not mine biologically? Whether you think I adopted her or not, I took care of her.
Give us 15 and we'll figure this out.
Okay, you might need 15. You know what I'm saying?
You're just throwing away 7 years of being in your daughter's life.
You're throwing away 7 years.
You raised her.
This was your idea, not mine.
You raised her. We were together.
This is your idea, not mine.
You can't make this shit up, people.
You know what?
Was it not your idea to get divorced?
Look, we're not getting anywhere.
Okay.
Let's just take 15 minutes to cool off.
How you don't want to help me take care of Charlotte?
Yo, you being unprofessional.
How you don't want to help me take care of
You're
Charlotte?
very unprofessional.
So what am I supposed to tell Charlotte? So what am I supposed to tell her?
Tell her that we
So what am I supposed to tell her?
Okay, I'm not
So you
signing that.
just
Quit
walking
doing
out
that
of
at
her
me.
life completely?
Yes. I am.
That's fucked up.
I'm closing this chapter in my life. You want a divorce? I'm closing the chapter on you and Charlotte. I'm not
You
taking care
never
of either
wondered
one of
why
y'all.
I wanted the divorce? You never asked me why I wanted the divorce.
Okay. You got a
You don't think
divorce.
it's something that you did wrong?
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
No, I ain't do nothing wrong.
You don't think so?
I ain't do nothing wrong.
A woman
That's
don't
why I'm
want a
not
divorce
taking
for
care
no
of you and
reason.
Charlotte. I ain't do nothing wrong. You just walking away because you probably got a dude. You probably got a dude or something. I don't know. What's
Of course you got another
I
dude.
wouldn't be asking for no
Okay, but
child
check this out. I'm not about to take care of you. I ain't about to take care of Charlotte. You gonna move on, meet somebody else. He gonna do the same thing that I was doing. Come in there and play daddy for your daughter. Play daddy like I've been playing daddy for all these years. And then I'm not about to pay for stuff. And then she gets stuff from two that she gonna have two daddies.
It's important to understand that when you signed the adoption papers, it became your daughter as well.
Yeah, but I didn't. Where the papers at? Y'all ain't got the paperwork.
That's why we need 15 minutes to recoup.
Okay, man. Y'all go recoup. 15 minutes. Go recoup. Go recoup. I'll be here. Y'all want me to leave? What y'all gonna do?
It's probably in the other binder. Okay, let's just get the other binder.
That's just crazy how he spent 7 years with our daughter. My baby daddy is in jail.
Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
I spent a whole lot of money on y'all, too. I ain't spending no more money.
And I didn't ask you to do it. I never asked you to do any of
I
what
did it
you
because
did.
I loved you.
And you
I
don't
love
love
your daughter.
Charlotte?
But
Okay,
guess what?
so
The love is gone. The thrill is gone.
The thrill is gone, baby. The thrill is gone away.
You know, BB King, the
the
thrill
love
is
is
gone.
gone. So love just
It's gone. I'm closing
flies.
the chapter right now. Like, go take your little break, 15-minute break. Go take your break. Come back. I'm not signing that paper. I will sign a divorce paper, but I'm not paying no child support. If I
I'm gonna find the adoption papers, and you're gonna sign this paper.
okay, whatever. I'm gonna get me a lawyer too. I don't care. I'm gonna
It's
get an
your
attorney
lawyer.
too.
The papers are signed.
Okay, I'm gonna get a lawyer. We're not even gonna discuss this anymore. I'm done. Y'all done? Because I'm gonna get a lawyer.
There's two ways to really handle this. You can get a lawyer, which is by your own regard you're able to do. But the more this is dragged out, the more it becomes more like child support and less like supporting Charlotte like you already have been. And one seems a little more expensive than the other.
All right,
And those are
whatever.
the only two.
I'm gonna get a lawyer.
options we see.
I can pay for the money. I can afford a lawyer. I'm cool. So y'all
So
can,
you really not
y'all can go talk about some different terms.
You're not shit.
Yo, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing all
I'm
that?
over this bullshit.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
If you're enjoying the video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Male Reality Lessons. Here's proof positive that nice guys, as well as stepfathers, always finish last.
We now join Rashida Lucas and TP Lucas as Judge Lynn hears their case.
Mr. Lucas, you have brought Mrs. Lucas here to court in order to recover either your 2000 Camry that you said you upgraded or the value of the upgrades that you put in the Camry that you say she took. And I know that you're wearing sunglasses, which usually is not permitted in a courtroom, but I understand that you have an eye issue, glaucoma, and the lights are bothering you. Mr. Lucas, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me how we got here and why it is you've needed to come to court to get this car back?
Well, Your Honor, everything, there was nothing wrong. Nothing. You know, everything was normal at my house.
Everything was normal?
Nothing wrong. Nothing. Rashida told me, baby, I'll be back. And she left. You know, this was back in November.
Mrs. Lucas? Mr. Lucas says you had a great relationship.
Yes, we had a wonderful relationship.
Why don't you tell me what was wonderful about it?
It was wonderful. We were like best friends. I believe, you know, he's my soulmate. Everything was fine except...
Except?
He was too nice.
Huh?
It's too nice. I mean,
how does one be too nice to one's wife?
He was too nice, like, it was scary nice. You know, it was like, you know the people that's it was like stalkerish nice, like you too nice, it's too
Give
good
me an
to
example,
be true.
because I cannot conceive of the world that you have structured for me here.
Right, I mean, you know, too nice, like, he would say, I love you, and it was like, I was like, okay, I was waiting for the punch, when you gonna kick me? It's scary. Some people just, you know, you could be nice, but you could be
Lucas,
too nice.
You're gonna have to do better than that. He told you he loved you, and this was a problem. You put up your hands like, when is the punch gonna come? You've been married for 5 years. Has he punched you yet?
No. He's a wonderful
He doesn't
man.
punch you. He's a wonderful man.
Yes, I'm just not used to that.
So the I love you is too much for you.
It's not too much, but you don't have to tell me like twice a week.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Can't figure that.
So if I found you a brother that would run around on you, call your names, and smack you upside the head, you'd be in heaven.
No, he don't have to call me names or smack me, but...
He can run around on you.
No, not that either, but...
What do you want from a man, Mrs. Lucas?
Yes. I mean...
She told me that's what she wanted.
What did she tell you she wanted?
Well, she told me she wanted somebody to cherish her and don't run around on her. You know, all the things that a good man and a good woman should want out of each other. We agreed that because I had been married before, and my ex-wife, oh my goodness, she scared me. If I ever did it again, it was gonna be better than any other marriage, and I made the promise for keeps. It wasn't to be playing around, you know, and if nothing's wrong, where are you going? You know, there are women that would pull her head off her neck for a guy like me.
I'm gonna ask you one more time.
He made me gain weight.
Okay, how did he make you gain weight?
Because, I mean, now the man can cook. Brother can throw down. But he cooked full-course meals for breakfast, lunch, dinner. 2 o'clock in the morning, if I was hungry, he wouldn't fix me a sandwich. This man would make a whole meatloaf, potatoes and gravy, vegetables, a big stupid cup of Kool-Aid. I go to sleep right on that. Get up in the morning, he done fixed French toast, pancakes, grits, biscuits. So now I'm laying on food on top of the food I just laid on a couple of hours ago.
So your complaint is that this man cooked too often and too well, and
he made me gain weight.
Mrs. Lucas, have you lost your mind? I have women coming in here whose men are leaving them because they got too heavy. You got heavy based on his... They won't cook, they won't clean, they won't pick up the house, they're controlling, they're unkind. You have got a guy who cooks for you. You have got a guy who doesn't care what size you are. You have got a guy who, who tells you that he loves you without being prompted or looking for sex. And you're telling me that you want to leave him because he treats a good black woman, which we're going to have to qualify, like good black women, a queen ought to be treated. And what you're doing is taking I am a self-centered individual, and I don't appreciate what a man has brought to my table. So I'm going to make up some stupid reason to say what it isn't stupid. And I very rarely say that about anybody. Do I, Joe? I don't say things are stupid. Very rarely, because people have odd points of view. That's okay. But that's stupid. You need to grow up, Mrs. Lucas.
That's a damn shame.
You said that you have a 14-year-old.
Yes.
That babysits.
Yes.
How many kids do you have?
4 girls. 3 of them aren't his.
Huh? And did he take on the role of father for those 3?
Yes, he's a wonderful father. Excellent father.
To even those children that aren't his?
Yes.
You feeling what I'm feeling?
So.
You still want to be with her, don't you, Mr. Lee?
I'm still suffering from separation anxiety. It just don't make sense, because there was nothing wrong. I mean, if someone gave me everything that I wanted, which she did, and I was giving her in return. Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Crazy.
And
That's
what do
where she
you
going.
expect to find when you get there? What are you going to do about you have a 1-year-old together?
Absolutely. And she ain't even on the bottle no more. Do you see what I'm saying? One, and
You
don't
have
even need
her?
the bottle. Yes, I have her. Ain't nobody taking my baby nowhere.
You don't have your 1-year-old?
No, he wouldn't let me. He's very overprotective.
Well, how does
of
the
her.
14-year-old babysit the 1-year-old you don't have?
No, the 14-year-old babysits my 8 and 5-year-old.
Correct. The children he has no
Mr.
authority
Lucas, you
over
came here for the
because they're
return
not
of a
his.
car. Why don't you explain that to me? Where is the car and what?
Where is the car? That's a good
Did
question.
she when she left in November? Tell
she
me
took the
about
car.
when she left, because I'm not understanding
Well, when
how
I
this
called,
thing actually
when
ended.
she left, I didn't, pay any attention till it started getting kind of late. I called her. She told me she was at her sister's house, and that's where she's gonna be. And she hung up the phone.
You're telling me she left like she was going to go get some groceries,
right?
But was leaving you.
She left like she was. She said her exact
I'll be
words
right
was,
back.
"I'll be right back." This is the first time I done seen this woman since November.
Mrs. Lucas, give me that version of the I'll be right back story.
Well, I told him I was leaving. I told my sister I was on my way to Chicago. I had like 5 shows that weekend. So when I did those 5 shows, I got booked for some more. So I didn't go back. I told him I'd be right back. I didn't give him a specific time. But I did say I'll be back. Just
And you
me
took
in
the
car.
the Toyota with you when you left?
Yes.
I still had the
He
truck.
can't drive anyway. He can't see.
Well,
can you see me? He can't see.
On what universe do you believe that's funny?
It's not funny, but I mean, he can't drive anyway. And he gave me the car as a gift.
Hey, you can't respect this man at home, that's one thing, but while you in here, you will respect him and you will not make fun of the fact that he cannot see.
When divorce court continues, Judge Lynn rules in the case of TP versus Rashida Lucas. But first, Rashida has news that leaves the courtroom speechless.
Well, where is the car?
The car.
Divorce court returns with the case of Rashida Lucas, who left her husband to perform stand-up comedy and never went back home. And TP is suing Rashida because he wants to be reimbursed for the family car.
You say if you can't get the car back, you want the value of the upgrades. Tell me about the upgrades.
Well, here's the thing. They sell a little chip. I upgraded that on the engine, I didn't like the wheels that were on there, so I bought rims and tires. And it didn't have a stereo at all in there because there was just a hole in the dash. So I bought a stereo for the car.
Why don't you tell me this, though? How much is the car worth?
About $5,000. And like I said, she keeps saying,
But where
my
is the
car,
car?
The car is gone.
Gone where?
It got totaled.
How did it get totaled?
I was at work. We had an ice storm in Chicago. Somebody ran into it and tore it up. So I told them just junk it. There was nothing I could do with it.
So you just told them to junk it? You didn't
junk
There was nothing. It was nothing else they could do with it. It was like this small.
Did you have insurance on it?
Well, where's the
No, the
stereo?
insurance had lapsed.
Whose responsibility was to pay the insurance?
Stop the cap.
Was it your responsibility to pay the insurance?
It's my responsibility to make the money. She write out the checks to pay the bills. At least she used to.
Was there money to pay the insurance?
It was money to pay the insurance, but I wasn't in Wisconsin anymore. He could have did that while he was there.
Yeah.
But it was
pick a
typically
surgery.
your responsibility to pay the bills?
Sometimes.
Oh, I don't believe you. I believe it was your responsibility. Look at you. I believe it was your responsibility to pay the bills. Mr. Lucas, I'm sorry. You are a wonderful man, and don't let trifling women change who you are. That's all I'm asking. She's self-centered and only interested in her pleasure and her joy and what she wants. She will never give to you, and you have the right to have a woman who will give to you. That's my point of view. You are trifling and small-minded. When you are trifling and small-minded, you're going to end up with a man who's going to take advantage of that. I am sure that your choice in men, if it's based upon the silly things that you have told me here today, will put you in a place where you don't want to be, where you don't want your daughters to be. But you are so small-minded and trifling that you don't even put their interests ahead of yours. How dare you be so self-centered? Normally, what occurs in a marriage is one person has the courtesy to tell the other person that they are leaving. At that point in time, they take the assets and they divide the assets between the two of them, and each of them takes half value at the assets. What you did, however, was dissipate an asset. In other words, what you did was you took one without his knowledge, absconded with it, and then because of your failure to keep insurance on it, that asset was lost. As a result, you are responsible to pay him the half of that asset that would have remained had you done the appropriate thing. Judgment in favor of Mr. Lucas in the amount of $2,500.
Here are my thoughts. Being a stepfather is risky business. Marrying a single mother is risky business. But overall, if you do not assess a woman's character before you go through the legal process of marrying her, you are destined for failure. But I want to hear from you. In the comments section, give me your thoughts, opinions on this topic, as well as any other topic here on Male Reality Lessons. As always, I want to thank you for watching. Smash that like button and have a good day.